All right, Rahul.
You got it going?
Yeah, let me grab something to drink, but we live.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
I'll be right back.
Okay. How's it going, YouTube?
Do you know? Well, you don't know the YouTube link, right?
I don't know it yet.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you right now, so you can click it. Go on there. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe.
All right, do it. I'll do it for sure, man. I'm gonna watch you on the weekly.
All right, hold on. I'm going on YouTube. Get that link and send it to you. All right, check your phone now. You should see it.
Oh yeah.
That's it right there. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Yep. And tell a ton of people about us. But let's start with you, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, found new players, man. Oh.
Yes, sir. You came after, but it opened doors for you, you know?
Yeah, I really did. Like, it gave me man, memories, man. Like, it was like so many years ago. Like now, I'm turning 23 this July, so I graduated high school like 5 years ago now, and that's when I was traveling with you guys back in before I moved down to Boca.
Yeah.
But oh man, like when we were traveling, I'm sure you remember, like I was very, I had heart like to the game, you know, and you know, when I was being coached by you, I felt like it was you were helping me understand the game and help that love for the game that I had. You helped me, you know, put it to use into like my discipline, uh, uh, my discipline to the game, like which is what I mainly came here to want to talk to you about. Which that discipline was huge for me, like, and you know, throughout the years, I've been really like thinking, and I was like, wow, in life, like discipline, like it's routine. That's what it is, and that's what discipline is. It's something that you do every single day. And what I came here to talk to you about is I've been having I've been wanting to transition that discipline I had for the game back when I was 16, 17, you know, that heart, that passion into my studies, into what I'm trying to work on now, you know? And I feel like there's like a disconnect somewhere where it's not as motivating as it was for me playing ball, you know? Like it's completely different, the ball game. But if I could transition that passion, yo, I will be unstoppable. Like I will be able to help my moms. I'll be able to help my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be able to help the folks around me. I'll be knowledgeable. I'll be enthusiastic. I'll have character, you know. But I need to transition that discipline and passion. And, you know, I just wanted to like your opinion on this, like on how should I go about it? Like how would you go about it? How, like, man, like real life is completely different from, you know, ball life, but it has a lot of similarities, you know? So, oh, by the way, look.
Oh Lord, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You still got that?
I still got this,
Wow.
man.
That's good advertisement right there. Hey, that's good advertisement right there, brother. Wow, you held on to that. How long ago now you played for the program?
Oh man, 5, 6, 7 years, man. 7 years.
Wow. And you still got that. I'm gonna need you to show that one more time. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Show that
Yeah.
one more time.
Look.
That's amazing, man. So that goes to show you that, you know, you remember me, you know, and what I done for you, not just as a coach, but as a friend. I mean, speak on that a little bit, like how I coached you, but I was also a friend. And I mean, my age and your age is totally different. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm not your peer. I'm not your age. And what do you think about me as a coach, you know, growing up as a young man? Because I can remember the relationship being, hold on, I can remember the relationship being very, I cared about you guys. You know, you came to me, you wanted my help through basketball, wanted to learn the game, and I obviously taught you more than just the game. So what is your thoughts on me as a coach and you as a young man at that time?
Well, you know, when I was at that age, I had to be completely honest, I had a lot of pressure at school, like from the kids with I was never good enough for them, you know. Uh I when I came to your team, I wasn't the most talented. I was not. But I remember that you gave me an opportunity to work with you guys. And when you gave me that opportunity, I couldn't help but notice how you guys were like a family, you know, like you guys knew each other for years. That was like the other thing. You know, you guys been playing since at the time I joined that team a little bit late, but the when I got in, you guys been playing I think since middle school with the team that I was in with Jacoby, your son, Jules. Oh man, I wonder how Jules is doing now. Like I think he was like in a college team, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
I lost track of him.
Beach Atlantic. Jules
Oh yeah.
Palm Beach Atlantic, and I actually just interviewed him last week. So, you know, after we finish this, you know, conversation, you can actually go back to the YouTube and check out the interview with Jules.
Oh wow.
So guess what? Spent 4 years of college. He's finished. Don't know exactly what he's gonna do yet, but he was on last week, and look, here you come. So it's like everyone's gonna come out the woodworks now.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's that time of life now, you know, like, but anyway, like, as I was saying though,
not to cut you off, if you see I'm looking to the side, is because I'm inviting some people to come on. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep talking, and I'm just like sending out some invites.
Yeah, no, like, I wasn't like school favorite or anything back in high school. in middle school. Actually, the biggest reason why I actually got into basketball was because there was this kid in my middle school. I never told anybody, like, I don't think I ever told you this for real, like, face to face, but like, because I used to hold that down, but like, there was this kid in my middle school at the time, and he used to bully me, right? Verbally, bully, right?
Yeah.
And basically, I wanted to try something out. I wanted to play basketball, right? Because that was the one sport I enjoyed. So that's when I started training, was in middle school. And he actually so happened to be on the basketball team in the middle school. So he gave me so much crap. You know what I'm talking about? Like so when I started, I had like, my drive was like his face, right? It was his face. Like, it was like, yo, if I'm not on the team, like, for middle school, like, I'm gonna be upset, because like, he's the only person that I just want to be like, yo, I made it. So now what? Like, I'm here. We're teammates now, and like, along that way, it's like, right after that middle school adventure, what I actually wound up making the team out of luck, because like, I actually got cut off at the beginning. It was actually a very, very emotional, because I thought I wasn't good enough, right? But somebody, one of the kids did something wrong at school, got expelled, and the coach actually came and asked me if I wanted to be on the team. So I was honored, and I ended up playing for the team, luckily.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, when I was coming to you, I still felt like, in a way, like, his face was still there, going into, because like, the verbal things that he said, especially around my table, carried on to high school, especially things I didn't like. I had a lot of, and, the type of drive that I'm also trying to say is like, those people started also doubting me because I didn't make that team initially, right? I had a lot of that doubt, like, towards me, always doubt. Like, nobody thought I was like good enough. That's what I always felt, But besides that, like, and this is talking about the sport, besides that at all, I still tried every day. Like, I would go outside, as soon as I'm done with my homework, it was straight to the park. And I remember one time I showed up to practice all sunburnt and stuff. And you guys were like, yo, why didn't you say anything? And I'm over here like hurting, because you guys were like, playing defense all good on me, slapping up. And I remember like, yo, like, I want this so bad, and I need to make it work, right? Like, I need to do something that will show me like what I'm doing. But the thing is, growing older, I realized having that discipline with basketball. Remember how I said, as soon as I'm finished doing homework, I would go and play ball, right? I had time for homework. I had time to go to school from, 7 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, come back, do homework for a couple hours, and then play ball until like late at night, right? Now I'm transitioning into the workforce, right? It's still kind of like the same time frame if you think about it, 9 to 5. But I still want to keep moving up. you know, like that's my mentality. I still like financially, characteristically, emotionally, like I just want to keep building, right? Because there's a lot more to life than just, basketball, at the time. Like, and I think that was like my disconnect at the time where I focused on just that, right? Now I'm just trying to transition that into something like, hey, like I'm coming home from my 9 to 5 and I'm opening up some books. I'm reading up for like 2-3 hours. Like that's my work ethic mentality. Like if I'm not putting in 2, 3, 4 hours, by the time I get home, it's 9 o'clock at night. That's chill time till 10 o'clock. That's my mentality. But like, I cannot put myself to that work. Now it's like, I want to get home and I just want to relax. That's the reality. That's the truth. I just want to get home and I want to relax. Be honest, I'm actually about to move out of my parents. Probably right at the end of July, beginning of August, right around there. I'm already looking at places, right? Because I've lived with my parents long enough, but to be honest, I do want to support them in a way and show them that I'm capable of living on my own, that I have responsibilities. There's also like in-home things, so it's like, back to why I'm calling you also, it's like, when I came to that gym, it was like, that was my peace. That was my peace. Like, that was like the one place where I can just work to just improve myself, right? I'm trying to also transition that into being my desk, being my peaceful area, right? Being my work area. To keep putting in work for books instead, like reading books, like, for example, there is so many like trades out here that you can learn, like marketing, advertising, photography, stock market, stuff like that. Learning how to do your own taxes, like there's these cool things that if you knew how to do it, you would be a different man, you'll be in a different ball league, and you will have something to do, and you will know, like you won't, you will know not to be scammed, like, or be, told like, oh, this is what this says. It's like, no, I read about it myself. This is actually what it is. You'll have that certainty, and by that certainty, I'm talking about like, there's like ego evolved, and as far as ego goes, when you have too much, how can I say this? As far as ego, like when you have too much ego, you tend to stumble on it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I think I have way too much ego. And I'm trying to figure out how to balance, how to connect everything, how to put everything together. It's like, it feels like life is getting, I'm starting to understand where parents are coming from, like when they're like, wait until you get old, wait until you get older, right? Like, oh man, I'm starting to feel that, like whatever they were talking about, and they were probably feeling it way worse, so it's like, in life, like I'm trying to figure out how to get this energy going, that,
Well, let me jump in.
Mhm.
I'm glad, you're reaching out to me, and that says a lot. That says whatever we plan for the program, it's happening. It's bringing you guys back. As I said, I interviewed Jules last week. I interviewed Jacoby, and we're going to keep on, interviewing a lot of former players, as well as present players. But it's a privilege, man, that you think so highly of the program, and of me as a person, and I appreciate that because that's the reason why I created the program. Someone helped me as a young man as well, and I wanted to give that back. I didn't want to get old and not help anyone, so I figured this was my calling to be able to help young men and women, using sports because I was good at sports. So being that I was great at it, I wanted you guys to be great at it as well, and capitalize on it and use it to get to levels in life, and that's why you're coming back right now because you're trying to take that energy that you had on the basketball court and transfer it to life. So you're kind of reaching back to me so I can help you with the rest of your life, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you feel like when you had all that bullying and all that stuff happening to you and you came to our team, you saw an opportunity because you saw a coach and myself who wasn't going to look down on you, no matter how good Jules was, no matter how good my son was, no matter how good Jacoby was. And those guys were good. And I still found playing time for you on my
That's right.
team.
That's right.
So I can understand, you know, where you're coming from. And I'm glad that you trust me like that. Because as I said, it's not about the talent, it's about what each and every young man and woman need, to improve themselves for the future. And that's the way I look at it. So I'm glad that you reaching out back to me because that was what I wanted. I wanted to reach the kids so they could reach back out if needed when they're older. And as I said, I didn't know exactly what was going on with you. I had some knowledge, because you did speak a little bit on it, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And but I knew what could take you away from it. And that is getting you on that court to play because you had that fire to go and play hard. And sometimes, well, most times in life, all you need to do is work hard. And when anyone is working hard, you can't take that away from them. So no matter what you were going through, it's your hard work that made you get those playing time, no matter how much better those guys were, found time for you to be on the court. And I did that with pretty much all our players. If I had 12 players, I tried to play all 12 players.
Mm.
Sometimes the better guys are looking like, hey, coach, what you doing? We want to be on the floor. But I didn't care about what they were saying. I was making sure that instead of having 5 guys that are great, I want 12 guys to be part of something great. And the
That's right.
greatest winning games when you're a young person, you got to learn how to win in life. When you're at a company and it's only the people at the top doing well, what about the people at the bottom? We got to get them to do well too. So that's kind of like how I look at it. So I wanted to help everyone on that team, and I did that. I
Yeah.
definitely did that, so I'm proud of you. I don't know exactly what it is you're going through, but I'll tell you this. You came to me for advice, so I'll tell you this. What you have to do now is, and it takes some time, and what you have to do is you have to remember where you came from. They say the first 5 years of your life is important. So from 1 to 5. So what you have to do is now tap back into what you used to do. What got you to my team? And then when you're on my team, what got you the confidence, the confidence to want to continue to play with us? What made you reach out to me? Something made you do that fire. So you didn't lose the fire. You're just trying to regain the fire.
That's
So
true.
Yeah. So you just have to hark back and think how you got here. The fact that you're reaching out, that means you still got that fire. You just got to burn it.
Got to throw some wood on it.
Yeah. So I heard you speak on stocks. You mentioned stocks. This channel is about financial literacy. So just a little history for you. Based off of the fact that I started Savon's Academy with 6 guys. That's where Founding Players came from. That's why this channel is called Founding Players. So it's another nonprofit, and the goal of it is to teach financial literacy, capitalizing on the kids that started Savon's Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's called Founding Players. So now that opened doors for you. It opened the door for you and a bunch of other players. But you're here right now on the channel. So for you to come back and speaking to me right now and reaching out and say, hey, Coach Savon, what can you do to help me going forward? You helped me on the basketball court. Now, how can you help me off the basketball court? And that's what this channel is about. So you're reaching out for me for help, you're going to get it. You know, and it's not just me. I come with a crew. You know, so you're not just getting me, you know, you're getting the crew that I have on this YouTube channel. A lot of knowledgeable people, and you want to be successful, you got to be around successful people. And that's all it's going to take is for you to try to tune in as much as you can. And just, you're going to have a lot of people helping you, not just Coach Savon. And by the way, I'm getting younger, so you can just call me Savon. No more Coach. Yes, sir, I'm getting younger.
Yeah, especially with, you know, your lady over there in Jamaica, right?
Wow. You just brought that up on national TV. No, I know I didn't say, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. You're giving away my information, man. Just messing with you. I'm messing with you. I see you remember that already, huh? I just spoke to you, and you know, she's watching, by the way. She's watching.
But no, like, cause I remember the call. Like, that's really nice, though. Like, I'm really happy for you. You know, speaking of, like, you know, I right now what I'm doing, actually, I'm working at IT at Athena Medical Center here, and over there, it's like you were saying, like, I really appreciate it, because it's like I realized, because my current manager helped me open my eyes, where it's not about what you know, it's about who you know also. And he helped me get into the doors for IT, just based off my experience, and not any certification, any degree, or anything like that. Like, just based off my experience alone. And that says something, because like he had a little bit higher up in status in the company, and he helped me out in that scenario. So, you know, to have this opportunity to work with you and your team, I'm all Savon's Academy.
You're all Savon's Academy and Founding Players.
And Founding Players.
Yes, sir. Savon's Academy, the basketball program. Founding Players is the financial literacy program. So, you know, you just have to connect the dots, you know, basically saying thank you to the founding players. And now I'm also saying thank you to the players that came after the founding players, because I want to thank the founding players for opening the door to building that program. You can never, ever forget your foundation, else your roof will fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Get that? Yeah. The foundation has to be strong. Yeah. Foundation has to be strong. So I can't help you guys as children and forget about you, because then the roof's going to fall down. And a lot of people don't think about that. It's like, if you're going to build a foundation, it has to be strong. And then whoever comes to build on that, they're going to stand on solid ground. So that's the kind of way I look at it. And your roof won't fall down. And if your roof is falling apart, fix it. That's all it is. Fix it. Fix it and it
Yeah.
won't crumble. So it's the way I look at life, and that's the way I built the program, is for you guys to fall back, something to fall back on. So with that being said, with your company, you know, it is a nonprofit, and with nonprofits, people work together. So all of us with our jobs that we do, we're all going to be working together to help each other. No matter what business it is that you're doing, we're here for each other, capitalizing on two nonprofits. You know, we want to keep the cycle going. The world turns, so people are having kids every day. So there's a bunch of kids now playing in the program, you know, and they're the next generation. And my son, by the way, he's running the program right now.
No way.
Sure
Wow. That's awesome, man. And oh man, I remember at times I thought you were always tough with us. And I remember one time, you know, I was sitting there on the bench, you know, waiting to be called, right? And I guess I didn't hear you, and you were like, Raul boy, do you want playing time or what? Let's go. And I was like, Coach, I'm coming. And you were like, get in there. And I got in there. And what was the first thing I did? I guess I didn't look at what basket I was shooting at. And I shot at the wrong one. Remember that?
There's a lot of things that happen, but I think I do remember that. And I'll let you finish the story, though.
Yeah. I went and I shot on the wrong basket as soon as I go in. But the thing is like, right after that, it's like, it wasn't something for me to look down upon, you know, because you still left me in the game. You were like, yo, don't worry about it. Even though I scored on my own basket, I was going hard on that basket, yo, like as if it was wide open, man.
Yeah.
You know, because there was that.
I remember it for sure now that you speak on it. I remember it for sure.
Yeah. Like there was this one kid playing like full court defense or something, and for whatever reason, I thought like, yo, this is our basket. Like we had switched. But
well, but not to cut you, but that's something that most people need to understand. What you just said, that I called your name and you weren't ready to go, and I had to get your attention again. Some coaches might have said, "All right, you don't want to hear me? Stay stuck right there." But I made an effort as a coach to say, hey, man, you want to get in there or what? And then you went in there. And not only that, you know, there was a lot of players on the bench inching to get in. You know, they always ready because I'm always calling on guys. So they stay, their eyes wide open, ready to go. So, you know, it's the first man I call, they're running up.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, when you sitting there taking your sweet time or not hearing me, the next man is like, all right, coach, he ain't listening, put me in.
Yeah.
Yep, you know the team was like that. But I made sure, I'm like, and they looking at me like, coach, he ain't hearing you, me. But, yeah, but I put you in. And then what you said, you go out there and you scored at the other team's basket. And I could have been upset and I could have said, hey, come out and sit down. And what I do, I looked at the guys and I said, y'all better not say nothing, you know, because that's how I defend all my players. You know, if it wasn't you, it was going to be somebody else. I'm sure you remember, I cared about everyone on the team, you know, and I would defend everyone. And I would certainly go against the guys that think that they were the better players.
That's for sure, man. That's for sure.
I don't play no games. You think you're the best thing since sliced bread? I'm gonna eat you up like bread. Yep.
Oh
Somebody
yeah,
throwing
you
butter on
put
it.
everybody in the even ground. Everybody. Actually, I
Hmm.
actually have one more story that I would love to tell, everybody. There was this one team that had a lot of the best players in Florida. I forgot the name of them. Like it was like South Florida something.
South Florida Elite.
Yes. Yes. I don't know how. At the time I also had a lot of like family issues, and my parents like never wanted to drive me anywhere, right? Like they always come home tired from work. But I don't know how. But I was telling you about that team for a while. I guess you called my parents or something to convince them to take me. I don't know how any of that happened. But like we wound up going, and you made sure to put me in to play against that team because I was so scared of them because I thought they were just stacked up with talent. But you were like, yo, you're going to go and you're going to go face that shit.
Hmm.
You know, like, like you're going to go face that. And that night, that was like, my parents showed up and we went to go play ball, and I remember like, yo, they were putting on the pressure, but once I was out there, I realized, yo, they're just another team, to be honest. They might have stacked up, but their chemistry isn't like ours, like nowhere near ours. Like I felt that, you know? So that was like something, that was a memory that I go back to like a lot, like that one moment, like
Well,
where I was playing against them. And I don't remember as far as like, uh, how the game wound up going. I think we lost, but it was like some BS loss, and we realized, yo, they were really nothing. Like we could, like the next time we play against them, we're gonna kill them, yo. We're going, yo. We're gonna beat them by 60. That was like our mentality when we left out of there, because I think we lost by like 10 or something like that, or 15. But either way, like I just that was another story that I like, that happened between us and the whole squad and everything at the time.
well, I remember, I remember quite a few things. Um, you was a hard worker, and that's what I saw. And when a kid comes to me with, oh, you know what, I wish my parents would take me. I wish my parents were there. You know, I can relate. So, of course, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to build my program, so I can give everyone that deserve an opportunity, a real opportunity. If your parents couldn't make it, I was going to, once your parents knew of me and knew that I was helping their kid, they had to listen to me. They had to hear me out. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't play those games. It's like if you could bring your kid to me to be on my team, you could certainly come and support your kid. By the way, I got parents over here supporting my kid while you dropping yours off.
Yeah.
So when you come to me and you're like, you know what, I wish that, my parents was here. Of course, I'm going to reach out to them and back you up. I don't care how much I know them. And that's the way that I was with any parent, like, that's your kid. Why you're not whatever. Then when some parents might say, hey, I can't make it because I have this game, I got that, not game, I got this responsibility, I can't this, I can't that. It's understandable. That's where I came in. That's where I came in. So if your parents can't make something and I understood it, that's where I come in as a coach to make sure that I'm like that coach slash father figure to where you're coming back to me right now.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Like, and I really appreciate that. Like, I appreciate you even taking this call, like, and talking to me now. To be honest, like, I really appreciate it. It's nice that you're still, keeping the programs going. Because like, you know, in the future, once life hits these kids, it's like I'm sure they want to come back and just come back to the roots, like you were talking about earlier. And because there's a lot of problems that kids have that they don't speak on, and I know that because it's like their ego doesn't want it to come out. It's like, hey, I can handle this pain. I'm just going to do whatever I'm going to do. But it's nice to have a place to go to where you can speak of it. You can, or if you don't want to speak of it, you can play it out, like in the court. So it's like, I do appreciate that you did do that for me. My parents, like, they're, it could get like, when it comes to parenting, I know it can get pretty difficult. I just recently became like very, very close to my parents very recently. Even at the time, like I used to have like ons and offs with them all the time. Every, like, for example, I always got like some type of negative comment coming out of them, because they were all in a negative mindset also at the time. So, to be able to come to a place where it was like, hey, we're a group, we're a family, we're here to work hard, we're here to, put in some work. It's really nice, it's, it must be in our DNA or something, man. It has to be something in our DNA where we like to thrive for, something, like something, I guess, like something. I don't know what it is, but you need to thrive for something.
Well, let's hark back a little bit to, the seed that you plant, you're gonna reap, because you reap the rewards. Because I remember you came along a little later on our team, but what I built, which is why I like to use foundation. Before you came along, it was my son and Jacoby. Now it was one-on-one with my son, and that was to create a bond. And I used baseball to create that bond. When I threw that ball to him and he threw it back to me, that's a connection, father to son. This is how all of this got started. When I saw that I can be home, pick my son up if he's at school, instead of having a 9 to 5 keeping me busy. I wanted to be in my son's life. So I set that foundation where I could drop him off and pick him up. So now when I drop him off and pick him up, I had that business-minded mentality. So I had the time to be able to use wisely with my son. And I knew my son appreciated that, So that baseball back and forth created that bond between me and him. So now Jacoby's dad comes along, meet my son playing baseball, and he's like, who's that kid? That kid's way talented. Who's that kid? Now this is at baseball I'm speaking. So he's like, no, we got to seek out that kid's father because that kid's amazing. So then they seeked me out. Took them a while to get to me because, first of all, I'm friendly, but I'm not going to let nobody get close to me and my son that easily.
Yeah, especially at the time.
Yeah, so that took time. After I realized that he was a similar father like I was, and he kept trying, because with me, if you don't keep trying, I'm probably just gonna, you're not gonna succeed. You're gonna try for once or twice, you're probably not gonna get to me. But he kept trying. He would never give up. So I saw the effort in him wanting the best for his son. So now I connected the dots. Okay, well, if I'm behind my son and that strong bond, if I get another parent that have the same mentality, then that's a good foundation where people can see two father, two kids, and they're gonna look at you differently, like there's something different about those two men right there with their two kids. So that was a foundation that I built. So now they used to play one-on-one, and Jacoby and my son was very competitive back and forth. My son used to grab him. If Jacoby drove by him, he would grab him. Why? Because I said to Xavier, listen, I used to teach him this. I said, listen, don't let nobody run by you. And I'm sure you remember Xavier when he played. Nobody wasn't going to dunk on him or go by him. He would grab you. He'll literally grab you. He'll put a hard foul on you.
Oh, yeah. He'll foul.
He
doesn't care. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I actually named him after a basketball player who would do the same thing. He would foul you. And I named my son Xavier because of the toughness of Xavier McDonald. Xavier McDonald used to play for the New York Knicks. And I never liked the Knicks. So for me to seek out a player that plays on the Knicks and name my son after him, go figure. Yeah. So I wanted to teach my son that tough mentality. And that guy on that team, Xavier McDonald, was just a tough-nosed player, and I wanted to name my son Xavier. And he wasn't the best player, he was just tough. So my son had that mentality. So they used to battle back and forth. So when you refer to us playing a very good team that was way better than us, that toughness had to come in. I don't care how good they is, you gonna hit them. And in basketball, you have five. You had 5 fouls, not 6 like NBA, but you had 5. And I used to tell you guys, you better use them. That's why everybody played.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, listen, you're gonna use them. You're gonna use those guys.
Xavier will come out with 3 fouls, he was like, I'm not letting them, drive past us, And you were cool, you were like, yo, come, bro, go in. It's like, take a couple hits from him, fouled them out. We really had to beat up every single team, so we can get these dubs.
Yeah, well, think of it like this too. I was interviewing Jules last week, and I said to him, "You remember no team hardly dunk on us? We'll be on the sideline watching the games before us, and those big, strong guys will be dunking, jumping and flying like Michael Jordan. And when they play us, they look at us being a smaller team, and they're like, man, we're going to wax those guys. And then when the game starts, they realize they can't dunk on us. That's us.
I remember that one time, the first time I ever seen Jacoby and Jules sync up in the court, and Jacoby threw an alley-oop to Jules. And the whole bench, we almost went out into the court we just won a championship because we couldn't believe what just happened. Because that was how we were synced up back in the day. I loved the team, man. It was you can't do that with no other team.
And remember this. That was against Jerry Stackhouse. That was in Atlanta, Georgia, and we went against Jerry Stackhouse. That's when Jacoby threw that hoop to Jules, and Jules went on the whole team. And that was against the NBA players team who came in there with his super team, thought he was gonna stomp on us. I still got that on tape. So
oh no way.
That was Jerry Stackhouse. You got that? That was against Jerry Stackhouse team. That was Stackhouse Elite.
Yo, I had no idea that was Jerry Stackhouse team. I had no idea.
Man, that's because you were lost, man, and just playing hard. You always been like that. You don't care who's on the other side. It's like I'm just happy to be here. That was always your mentality. So that's probably why you don't remember that, because you were a player that was just happy to be with us. I don't forget that. You were happy to be there, and of course, when someone is happy to be there, you're happy to be there because you're in a place where people like you. Them players never, and even if they were going to hate on you, it wasn't going to happen. And that wasn't going to happen because of me, not going to happen, not here.
Yeah. Right.
Once you became part of that team, everybody was going to love you. That's what I taught them.
Yeah. And that's what I got from them. I got that vibe.
And the key thing is this: I sacrifice games to help kids like yourself. I sacrifice wins to help kids like yourself. You ever think about that? I actually sacrificed games to help kids like yourself. And I said that because how many talented kids came to me, and because they had bad attitude, I said, wrong place, not gonna play for me. How many of your friends that you might have tried to bring on my team could have been 7 feet tall, but he had a bad attitude? Not here.
Yeah.
So I could have won. I could have won a lot of games. I could have been one of those real elite teams, but I turned away a lot of kids because they weren't ready for what I was trying to build.
Yeah.
So I'd rather build kids like yourself who's going to make a difference, because you can win games. I know plenty of kids who can win when they're kids, and when they become adults, they're losing. So I don't want to teach losers.
Yeah.
I teach winners. So when I look back, I see people like yourself. You're working in a company, you're a professional at what you do. You tell me you fix computers. That's important. Computers is everywhere. It's in everybody's house.
Right.
So when everybody's home because of COVID, you can go by their house, go fix their computer.
Yeah, I even started up a little side business to do stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my company.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. It's been a pleasure, man. Definitely, man. You can come on as often as you'd like. We're on every Sunday night, so we'll be back on tomorrow talking about stocks. So you could join us, man. I don't know how much you know about stocks, but you could certainly come on and listen to our stock talks.
Oh yeah, 100%. I turn on the news like sometimes at 5 a.m. like ready to rock. Like what's coming up, what's coming down, like who's doing the bad business moves, like what companies. I'm listening to it all, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. Knowledge is power. So do you invest in stocks right now?
Yeah. I made some decent money with Dogecoin actually recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it was I got it at 13 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just where it went from there. I got like 1,000 shares of 13 cents.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So, and then it just there's other forms of investing into the stock markets and stuff like that I don't understand enough of, and I could always use some mentoring on them. Have some extra help. For example, Bitcoin, one share of it is like 50, or actually it's at 25K right around now. If you don't have that money, there's a way for you to buy with, like, for example, $200, not 25,000.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs, but like I know some things, and I would like to be more detailed. So I'll probably definitely join you on a Sunday for sure.
Well, first, let's correct you. When you said Bitcoin, you said you could buy some shares. Stocks is shares. So that's one Bitcoin. It's not in shares. So like 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. So stocks are shares.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Crypto, one. One.
Oh, hold on.
One Bitcoin. 2 Ethereum, 3 XRP.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, so like one share is 1 Bitcoin. Or 1 share of Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. Is basically what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So don't use shares. Use
Got you.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, we'll get more into that, man. But I'm here, man. I'm here. So glad that you reach out to me. Glad that you're back. You never went nowhere. I got our president just the other day reached out to me like, "Hey, Savon, I need such and such number." So I got everybody's number, man. You were you're like, "Coach, you still got my number? Where's it supposed to go?" Listen, man, I didn't build my foundation to get rid of numbers, man. If you got the same number and you got that's why we take emails, number. We're like the government, man. We know how to find you.
That's crazy. No, actually, I ended up losing your number. I lost most of my coaches' numbers, which is very, it sucks. Like, because I had like some other coaches when I came down here that I also would like to, I want to go back to my roots, and I just want to talk to everybody again, get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah.
You're the first person. You were the number one person I thought of, though. I will tell you that you were the first person you were the first person who came to mind. You were like there on I want to say the darkest hour, right? My darkest little time period, back in high school. So, I appreciate you for that. And you want to know how I got your number? How I found you? I kept like looking through Facebook and stuff. I was like, yo, Savon's Academy. It's got to be somewhere. Like, I know he has it somewhere on Facebook or social media somewhere. And luckily, you had a number there. Luckily.
We're always there, man. But as I said, it's a lot of you, a lot of kids. But I do it to my own family, to be honest with you. There's plenty of people in my family that I don't keep in touch with every day. But I'm the person that they can pick up the phone and call today. I can pick up the phone and call them today, and we haven't heard from each other in 2 years. Because there's that respect of how I treat people. People are just busy. So it's not a matter of not hearing from me. It's a matter of who's next. Who's next? Who needs me next? Who do I need to help next? But never forgetting about the foundation. So regardless if you hear from me or not, you guys know where to find me and I know where to find you. Like I said, we're the government. You got a social security number now. We got you. When you join the program, we have your social security. We know how to find you like the government. Man. So when they come in and say, "Hey, coach, remember that player, such and such? Oh yeah, in 2007. Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, I got him right here. I got his profile, his picture, everything.
Yep, got his birth certificate. You think we know we got it, right? I'm not kidding. We got your birth certificate too. You don't remember giving that stuff in?
You're dead eyes?
Yeah, man. Come on, man. You played for the program.
Oh yeah.
You don't know all that.
Yeah, we had to like give that stuff up for us to sign up for the tournaments and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I do remember. Yeah.
We got all that. We think I was kidding? We're like the government.
Got your own little profile gig going too.
Yeah, we're like the government. So at the end of the day, this little channel right here, it's small right now, but I'm sure a lot of kids from the past, present will come out eventually. And I'm just taking my time to build it,
Yeah, like, brick at a time, I'll be around for sure. I'm part of the family.
Welcome.
You already know.
Welcome. To be honest with you, I've been so busy. I could literally just send out a blast, but I don't want to be blasting no one because it's like tying everyone together. You don't want to bombard people with a bunch of texts and things like that. So it would have to be one of those things where I have to single-handedly reach out to everyone, because I can imagine being in a group of people, even though we all get along, but there's people that came through the program that wasn't on our team as well. And I don't want to blast everyone, because these days people get annoyed too, with their everyday life. And you kind of want to single-handedly just reach out to everyone. It takes time, but I believe that that's the best way, or for people to hear about what you're doing and find their way to you, so that's actually what I hope, or to do an event where I can bring, people together that used to be with us, past and present. So all of that is
pretty nice.
Yeah, all of that is in the plans. I spoke to our president about, accomplishing that, at our last board meeting. So there's some great things that happened to me over the last couple of weeks. Great things been happening, but most recently, as you spoke about, we're not going to get into that because I don't want to advertise it just yet. But there's some things that's going to definitely change. Right now, my son is running the program, and he does need me, to assist him. And I'm going to get back to that. And it's on the up and up, man. But right now, my focus is just to quietly get to where I'm going and then surprise everyone. But you came out woodworks before I came to get you, so that's.
I'd be like that. I'd be showing up at the time where it's gonna be on a come up.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Cool, man. But yeah, man. If you don't have anything else, man, we can definitely do this again, and you could join us tomorrow too. When we're talking about stocks and crypto.
Yeah. What time is it, by the way?
8:30. I'll send you the invite, man, so you can jump on.
For sure. Thanks, Coach.
You know what? I'm going.
Savon.
You funny. What you say? You're starting already. You remembered that. You're like, well, hold on. Not Coach, Savon. Yes, sir. Yeah. You're an adult now. You're an adult. You can call me Savon. You're an adult now.
That's right.
Yep. I'm going to correct everybody coming on here calling me Coach.
Sounds good, Savon. All right. I'll catch you, though.
You have a good night. To reach me, okay?
Absolutely. You'll hear from me again for sure.
No, let's just keep the link back and forth, because, you seem to want to be part of what, you're connecting the dots. So I'm here, man. So definitely.
I appreciate it, Coach.
So just going forward, just look at everything going up from here. That's the way you have to think. So whatever you were doing in the past that you felt like you needed to tap back into your energy that you had, you just tapped into it by reaching out to me. So from here going forward, this is how I need you to think forward and remember the past and tap back in. I don't play those games. I don't want to see nobody miss 3 layups in a row, because I'm going to ask you why you missed 3 layups in a row. You're going to make the first one.
Left and right-handed.
Yeah, you're going to make the first one. You ain't going to get to 2 miss, 3 miss. You're going to make the first one. Because if you don't make the first one, looking down the bench and say, get in there. And if they miss 2, sit down. Next one. And the third person, they're like, Coach, I'm going to make my layup. Now I get everybody on the team making their layup, don't I?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to be making it at that very minute, man.
Yep, that's why everybody's sitting on the bench like this. Coach, I'm waiting because he didn't make his layup. I'm going to go make mine.
That's so true, too.
Yep. I never will take a kid out the game for missing shots, meaning shots from the outside. But when you miss right there, and that's an easy one because they literally gave that to you, I don't approve of missing anything easy.
Yeah, nothing easy.
That's a giveaway.
Yeah.
You can't blow that. Can't blow an opportunity that they're handing to you.
Yeah, no way. And when you go, like, and you can dunk it, you dunk it.
Hey, go back to the interview last week of Jules. Ever since Jules dunked the basketball as a young man at about, let's say, 13 years old when he first dunked the ball, Think about what I just said to you. Jules missed probably one dunk from middle school when he first dunked into finishing 4 years of college. That's almost perfect. That's the mentality I put in Jules' head, that don't miss easy opportunities. And he's still doing that as a man. I interviewed him last week. Go watch it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Jules don't miss no dunks.
That's crazy. I gotta watch it. I miss him. I gotta like get in contact with everybody again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure.
You know, long story short, capitalize on opportunities that's easy. If it's hard, study it, master it, and get it easy. Nothing in life is easy, but that's the way you have to train yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I used to put the glove right here and taught my son accuracy. Even though it was love back and forth, I taught him accuracy. I said, if I put my glove right here, that's where I want you to put the ball. If the ball go anywhere else, you're gonna go get it. And I walked out the way, and I made him go walk and get it, because it didn't hit me right here. And I always say, if a cop don't know how to shoot who he trying to shoot, then he don't need to be a cop, because then you're hitting innocent bystanders. So that's the way I look at life. It's like, hit your target. Same thing I teach you guys. The rim don't move. Last time I checked, it's in the same place. That's why I like Steph Curry, because if the rim is right there and it's not moving, you better hit it. If you get 10 shots, you better go master how you make it. And for all those players who's taking bad shots, you must know why you're not making it, because you're taking bad shots. That's a bad opportunity. But if you take the person off of you that's guarding you and clear space for a clear shot, it becomes like a free throw. So I always tell people, if you can stay on the free throw line and shoot where nobody's bothering you, well, then when you're playing, use your strength to get them up off of you. Or come around picks and get an open shot like that darn free throw. Take 10 shots with less hands in your face and the rim ain't moving, you're supposed to be able to make your shots, take advantage of the opportunities. And you know that's what I taught you guys.
Yeah. Learn how to make them efficiently, quick, learn how to jump higher so you're not getting blocked, you know?
Exactly.
Like, you got a second to pull up on that after that pick, or else the defense is going to pull up on you. You got a second to pull up.
Mm-hmm. And think about this, Rahul. What if I would have coached guys that was 7 feet tall and good, but they listened? Think about that. They would be real efficient.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's a shame that majority people with talent always come with a lot of baggage. They don't listen that well. It's always the ones with the lesser talent that wants to listen more.
Yeah.
And that's real life. It's the way it is, real life. But I hope COVID opened up a lot of people's eyes, and I hope a lot of kids will listen better and they'll become more successful if they can learn from the COVID experience how an opportunity can be taken away from you, especially when you have bad attitudes and things like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, man, we can keep this going forever. So I'm going to get off. We could reminisce forever.
Oh, yeah, we could really reminisce forever. But yeah, for sure, Coach. I'll catch you later. You have a good night.
You too, man.